Right, so we've got a couple of hours before I need to go and pick my little lad up from school. So it's, let me just pop that down. So it is now 10 to 4 in the afternoon, so he's at after school club till 5, so I've got like an hour and a bit. So I'm going to get them, the bearing pressed into this other steering hub assembly, and then we'll see what time I've got left as to what else I can get done. So bear with me. So believe it or not, although them hubs are pretty spotlessly clean, obviously when you go to put them bearings in, you want to make sure you got rid of all the grit, all the grime, so that they don't get into the new bearings. So just to show you that there is quite a big rag, and that's all the dirt that came off them clean hubs. So some of this stuff here, although don't look it there, that's full of grit. So it just pays to spend a little bit of time just to make sure, especially with your wheel bearings, because they're all moving parts in your ball bearing housing, to make sure that everything's clean, because if you get grit in it, it just deteriorates your bearings 10 times quicker than what they would do normally. So now that's clean, I'm happy with that. I'm going to crack on, get this bearing pushed in and get this hub assembly built up. That's the bearing pushed in, next is the C-clip and then that seal. Right, so that's the C-clip in underneath here and the new dust seal that's in. Next is the actual hub. Get that pressed into there and then we're pretty much done. Time to get it pressed in. So there we go, that's the hub now pressed in. So as you can see, the hub actually comes through the bearing a little bit, which is what locates the ABS ring onto the shaft of that. So there he goes. So let's get that in, and we'll get the nut on, and we'll get it all torqued down and finished off. So I've put it back in the vise now, so you can see how it's clamped up. The back two jaws there, I've got two lug nuts up hard against it, and this one just has the one there. Basically that just takes your rotational force out of the hub, so when you tighten the nut down, it's not trying to spin on you all the time. Obviously this isn't tight, it's just loose, as you can see. It's just to stop it from twisting. You don't want to be cranking that up on your lug bolts and putting sideways force on them, because they just don't like it, in my opinion anyway. You can bend them slightly, and then when you put them through your alloy wheels, you scratch the inside of the bore of the hole of the wheels for your lug bolts. So I prefer just to put it in, little nip just to stop it moving, and that is about as tight as you need to do them in a vise. So let's get to it. So that's it all torqued up, nut on there. As you can see, it's turned out to be perfectly 180 degrees out from where it was last torqued. So all I've got to do now is just tap the edge of that nut into that castellation, and that's your locking point. So there we go, hammered it over, but as you can see, let me show you if we're getting close. You see the top bit of material that's missing there. When I was hammering it in with a punch, it just punched the metal right out and didn't actually punch it into that recess. But I've managed to do it enough that you can see it's swelled into that hole slightly, so it's not going to come undone on its own. So that's that now. Well, that's that hub now complete. The only last thing to do is put the cap on into this position here. That covers everything up and just closes everything off from the dust and the dirt and the grease. So that's only taken me half an hour to do that hub. It's a lot quicker than the last video, because I was doing a video editing and blah 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 blah, getting all the camera set up to show you guys how I build these hubs. So this one was just a quick sort of, let's get this job done and get it smashed out. So yeah, that's that one done. I've got 2 more bushes to fit on the rear hubs wherever I've put them. I've put them down somewhere, I can't remember where I've put them now. As you can tell, the garage is full of rubbish. They're literally there in front of my face, you know, sometimes you can't see them for looking. But I'll grab one. So yeah, literally, I'll put it on the floor. So that's the rear hub assembly. So this point here, there are some bushes to go in those points. And then that is literally the last set of bushes to put in. Once I've done that, the next task is to do all of the rear drum brake set up in those hubs, which I've got all the parts for here. So I've got new brake shoes. Ooh, and a whole new rear spring and retainer clips and everything for those brake pads. So it's all coming together slowly now, and I've got something else that I've ordered that is here, but I'm not showing you just yet. I'll save that for another video. So anyway, thanks again for watching. I will see you soon. Bye. So when it comes to putting that dust cap back on there, I literally put a piece of cardboard over the top of it, and instead of using the head like that to tap it back in, I use the blunt end of the hammer and bang it on. Obviously can't show you properly because I need both hands to do it. So anyway, that's how I do it.